Yeah, Kevin was saying, I was just sharing with somebody that I can't get rid of my resentment until I deal with the pain. Anger is the bodyguard to pain. It makes sense to me. Yes, it does. I don't, Kevin, okay, so I'll be posting my notes on the book, Healing the Inner Child, I think is the title of it, Healing the Inner Child, probably tomorrow in the book club. If you want to read through that. So he talks, that book, Healing the Inner Child, it's an older book. I don't know when it was written. If I had to guess, just kind of like looking at the artwork on the cover, I would guess probably in the 70s. The Pete Walker book on complex PTSD is seems to be very much a continuation of the ideas of healing the child within or healing the inner child. I always get that title mixed up. Both of those are great books. And the Healing the Inner Child book, he talks a lot about a lot of the same stuff Pete Walker talks about, but he also talks about how to move forward and heal from this. And so I'm excited because this is going to be the first book that we start the online live stream book club with. So there's like a little bug in here. So I'll be curious to see what people have to say, kind of what aha moments and takeaways they have from that book, because for me, there was really quite a few of them. And yeah, it really does help. Because that's the thing, like when there's so much, that's the hard thing with anger is well, first off, it serves a purpose, right? Because it is the bodyguard to pain. If we don't know how to process the pain, then the anger is not going to go away because the anger is there to do a job. The anger is this defense that we have. And it's like peeling an onion. So you've got to get rid of the anger and then, that core of that, and it's different levels of pain. And it's kind of this continual process of peeling back these layers until we can really kind of find what's at the core. And I don't think necessarily it's one thing, right? Like it's probably multiple things and multiple layers. So, yeah, it's intense. It's intense stuff, realizing that and kind of trying to get to the bottom of it. And, I think again, like for me, what helped was to just set the course to, I'm not going to let this destroy my life. Like just kind of making that intention and just knowing, like, I don't know how, like, I don't know how I'm not going to let this destroy my life because at the time, I already felt like my life was destroyed. But, well, I guess I shouldn't say that. I didn't feel like my life was destroyed. I felt like my life had been blown into a million pieces. So I felt like I was walking around the disaster zone, like that this was my life. And here I was, I forget how old I am, what, 39 now? I was probably, like 35, 36 at the time, and feeling like and it's all relative, right? So there's people out there that are rebuilding at 56 or 76 or even 96 from this kind of stuff. But anyhow, so it's all relative. But at the time, I just felt, oh my gosh, I shouldn't be here, and look at this mess, and how am I going to move forward in this? But realizing I'm not going to let this destroy my life. Like, yes, I have quite the project in front of me, but this can be done. I can rebuild. And I guess just kind of knowing that made me dig my heels in because it just took that option of destroying my life off the table. So it's like, okay, well, since that's not an option, then what direction am I going to steer into? And then kind of thinking, okay, I'm going to use this, damn it, for my highest and greatest good. And then kind of setting the intention to that direction. And that kind of just gave me a course in which to steer. And then the realization of, you know what? No, I'm not going to just stop there. I'm going, like this is like anger, right? Like I'm not going to just use this to my highest and greatest good. I'm going to make this work for the highest and greatest good of others. Like that would be the ultimate in this situation. This would be me, quote unquote, winning. would be able to take what happened to me and give my pain a purpose. And so I would encourage everybody to do that, whatever that means to you, to use your pain for your purpose. Use it as rocket fuel, because there's a lot of energy in anger, and you can harness that. You can harness it, and you can make that anger work for you. A lot of people, they go through something traumatic, and they're like, you know what? I am done. I am done being treated this way, or I am done with whatever, and they use that, and then they get into like the most amazing shape of their life, or they write a book, or they uh, you know um, get organized, or they start a business, or they go take on kind of this massive undertaking in order to refocus that energy, that anger, that fuel into something positive and constructive for them. Lots of love to you guys. You are not alone. You are not crazy, and you really can move forward and heal from this.